Sabha Parva is also called the episode of the assembly hall. This Parva gives an account of Mayadanava, who constructed the palace and court or Sabha at Indraprastha. The court life has been described in a very fascinating way in this Parva, along with the Rajasuya Yajna, which was performed by Yudhishthira, and the death of Jarasandha and Shishupala. The game of dice, and at last the exile of the Pandavas for 12 years to the forest along with Draupadi, and the 13th year of exile in disguise. It was also stated that in case the Pandavas were recognized during their 13th year of disclosed exile, then they would have to go for another 12 years of exile. Out of the total 100 sub-parvas of Mahabharata, this parva consists of 9 sub-parvas. Indraprastha. After the marriage of Draupadi with the 5 Pandavas and their alliance with Panchala king Drupada, Dhritarashtra, the king of Hastinapur, invited them to the palace and asked Yudhishthira to stay with his brothers in Khandavaprastha in order to avoid the differences between them and Duryodhana. The eldest Pandava gave his consent and set out from Hastinapur. With half the kingdom, the Pandavas were removed to Khandavaprastha, which was actually in a desert. The Pandavas, with Krishna, arrived there and beautified the place as a second heaven. Several Brahmins, well acquainted with the Vedas, came to the newly constructed kingdom in order to dwell there. Several merchants also came to that town hoping to earn wealth. A number of beautiful gardens were constructed around the city, with several trees bearing fruits and flowers. For the beautification of the city, the close-by forest of Khandava was burnt by Arjuna and Krishna. Arjuna encompassed the entire forest with several arrows like a thick fog, and no living creature was able to escape from below.
However, Arjuna did not kill me, a powerful demon, and I became an ally of the Pandavas.
Maya showed his gratitude by constructing a very beautiful palace for the Pandavas at Indraprastha. The Sabha Parva is also the second Parva of the great epic Mahabharata, which narrates the Rajasuya Yajna of Yudhishthira. It also describes the death of Jarasandha and also the death of Shishupala. Game of dice was the turning point in the life of the Pandavas and the Kauravas. After the imperial sacrifice by Yudhishthira was over, Duryodhana stayed for some time at Indraprastha. Experiencing the beautiful architectural design of the palace, the eldest son of Dhritarashtra became jealous of the Pandavas and started working out evil means to get Indraprastha from them.
Thus I worked out a plan with my uncle Shakuni and invited the Pandavas for a game of dice.
As a noble king, Yudhishthira was not able to reject any challenge for war or for game, and thus he accepted the challenge and along with his brothers reached Hastinapur.
We shall accept this challenge and journey to Hastinapur together.
In the fatal game of dice, Yudhishthira lost himself along with his brothers and also Draupadi.
I was also misbehaved in the Kurukshetra, and the Pandavas were ultimately exiled into the forest with me for 12 years and the 13th year in an unrecognized state.
In case they were recognized in their exile in the 13th year, they would again go for another exile of 12 years. Thus, the Pandavas, after losing everything in the game, left Hastinapur for the jungle along with Draupadi. While the 5 sons of Kunti went forth, grim and silent, to their exile, wise men were able to mark the manner of their departure and visualized a terrible return, a return which would be disastrous to all their foes. In the Sabha Parva of the Mahabharata, it is aptly described that Maya constructed a palace of illusions called the Maya Sabha at Indraprastha.
It was full of artificial ponds and lakes as well as natural ponds and lakes.
The Parva also describes all the incidents including the Rajasuya Yajna by Yudhishthira, the death of Jarasandha and Shishupala, the game of dice and ultimate exile of the Pandavas.